Liebe Freunde, herzlich willkommen zu unserem Sprachprogramm. Hearty welcome to the German language program offered by D-Sales Academy. Today, we are going to discuss about one of the most important concepts in German language. We are going to learn about das modal verb. We know in English language we have modal verbs. The modal verbs used in English language are like, may, can, etc. In the similar way, we use modal verbs in German language as Hilfsverbs. They are used as helping verb. However, the way modal verbs are used in English language as well as in German language are entirely different. Again, in German language, modal verbs are unregelmäßige Verben, which means that you need to learn by heart the conjugation or the conjugation of the modal verbs. Now, let's see some of the functions, the purpose for which modal verbs are used in German language. Modal verbs are used in order to express Notwendigkeit, to express one's necessity of doing something. It is used in order to speak about Möglichkeit, the possibility to do something. It is used in order to express about Wunsch, to speak about a desire that one has, a wish that one has. It is used to speak about a Befehl, to speak about a command that one gives to another. It is used in order to speak about the Fähigkeit, one's ability to do something. Again, we use modal verbs in order to give einen Ratschlag, to give a suggestion. Now, let's see the modal verbs that are used in the German language. There are essentially 7 modal verbs used in the German language. They are können, which means or which is used in order to speak about one's ability to do something. Wollen, which is used in order to speak about wants to do. Again, we have the modal verb sollen. Sollen is used to speak about something that one should do or something that one ought to do. Müssen, the modal verb müssen is used to speak about something that one has to do or one must do. Dürfen, the modal verb dürfen is used to speak about something that I am allowed to do, as well as it is also used to speak about something that I am not allowed to do. Again, the modal verb mögen is used to speak about something that one is fond of. And finally, we have the modal verb möchten. The modal verb möchten is used to speak about something that something one would like to do or that one dearly wish to do. Now, let us see the conjugation of one of the modal verbs. For the example, I have taken the modal verb können. Let's conjugate the modal verb können. The modal verb können is conjugated as ich kann, du kannst, sie es kann, wir können, ihr könnt, sie können und sie können. Let's look at the way modal verbs are used in a sentence in German language. Let's read the first sentence and analyze the positioning as well as the usage of the modal verb. Thomas will die Stadt besichtigen. In this sentence, we have used the modal verb wollen, and the modal verb wollen is placed in the second position, and it is conjugated according to the subject Thomas. The modal verb wollen is conjugated, that is, ich will, du willst, sie es will, and in this sentence Thomas stands for and wollen is conjugated according to the subject Thomas, and the modal verb is placed in the second position. Look at again the sentence. We have a fall verb or the main verb. The main verb is placed at the end of the sentence. The main verb used is besiktigen, and we have used the infinitive form of the main verb. So some of the things to be taken care of while we use the modal verb. Modal verb is always placed in the second position in a sentence, and modal verb is conjugated, and it is conjugated according to the subject. The main verb is placed at the end of the sentence, and we use the infinitive form of the main verb. Thomas will die Stadt besichtigen. Thomas wants to visit the city. Let's look at another example. Andreas kann gut Fußball spielen. In the given sentence, Andreas kann gut Fußball spielen. The modal verb used is können, and the modal verb können is conjugated according to the subject Andreas. It's conjugated as ich kann, du kannst, sie es kann, and Andreas stands for and it is conjugated. The modal verb können is conjugated according to Andreas, and the modal verb is placed in the second position, and we place the main verb spielen at the end of the sentence, and we use the infinitive form of the main verb. Let's look at two more examples. Ich muss die Hausaufgaben machen. I must do the homework. In the given sentence, the modal verb used is müssen, and the modal verb müssen is conjugated according to the subject ich muss, and the main verb is machen. It is placed at the end of the sentence, and we use the infinitive form of machen. Please do remember, in a sentence, modal verb is always placed in the second position, and modal verb is conjugated, and the main verb goes to the end of the sentence, and we use the infinitive form of the main verb. Let's look at another example. Du darfst hier parken. You are allowed to park here. In the given sentence, the modal verb used is dürfen, and we have conjugated the modal verb dürfen according to the subject du. Ich darf, du darfst. And again, the fall verb or the main verb used in this sentence is parken, and we have used the infinitive form of parken. Let's analyze the usage of modal verb in a W-Fragen. How do we use modal verb with W-Fragen? When we ask a W question with a modal verb, we place the W question first, and then modal verb is placed in the second position, and modal verb is conjugated according to the subject. Here too, the main verb goes at the end of the sentence, and we use the infinitive form of the main verb. Let's look at the two examples. Wann musst du arbeiten? When must you work? In the given sentence, the W-Fragen or the W question is wann, and the modal verb used is müssen, and we have conjugated this modal verb müssen according to the subject du, and the main verb is placed at the end of the sentence, and we have used the infinitive form of the main verb. Let's look at another example. Was möchten Sie essen? What do you like to eat? In the given sentence, the way fragment or the W question that is used is was. It is placed first in the sentence, and again the modal verb used is mjöchten. The modal verb mjöchten is conjugated according to the subject C, and the main verb is SN, and we have used the infinitive form in this sentence. Now let us look at the usage of modal verb with ja, nein fragen. That is, how do we use modal verb with yes or no questions? There is a slight change when we use modal verb with yes or no questions. Here, unlike in other cases, modal verb comes first and we conjugate the modal verb according to the subject. The main verb goes at the end of the sentence. Let's just look at these examples. Sollen wir hier warten? Should we wait here? And the modal verb used is sollen, and it is conjugated according to the subject wir, and we have placed in the ja, nein fragen the modal verb sollen first, and we have placed the fall verb or the main verb at the end of the sentence. The main verb used is warten, and here we use the infinitive form of the main verb. Let's look at another example. Möchten Sie einen Tee trinken? Do you like to drink a tea? It's a ja, nein fragen, yes or no question. As I have already said, in a yes or no question, we place the modal verb in the first position, and modal verb is conjugated according to the subject. Here, the modal verb möchten is conjugated according to the subject C, and we place the main verb at the end of the sentence, and we have used the main verb trinken, and we have used the infinitive form of the main verb. My dear friends, this is our presentation on modal verbs general. Now, if you want to have a detailed understanding about the various modal verbs as well as about different German grammatic lessons, please check out our videos on YouTube, the videos presented by the Sales Academy. Thank you.